Thunderstorms rolling on across central and eastern Kentucky as we kick off the weekend. I've got the possibility of local high water and damaging winds just ahead.
Following strong wind in Magoffin County, one man is left with a roof on his roof.
The threat of rain is threatening business for Lexington pools. How city leaders are reaching out to the public to help keep the pools from drowning in debt.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. Severe storms continue to make their way across the state. Our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day continues.
And we begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He's been tracking the storms and what they bring on First Alert Defender since, about noon?
Yeah, a little before noon, we started tracking that line of thunderstorms out of the Louisville area into parts of central Kentucky, and it rolled its way eastbound across Interstate 64. For now, that severe weather risk is mainly across parts of southern Kentucky, where severe thunderstorm watch is out for a little bit until 6 o'clock. Flash flood watch is out for parts of the area. It's been northeastern Kentucky seeing the flooding as of now. But any of the thunderstorms that are out there, or showers for that matter, will have enough rain on a local scale to create some quick rises in creeks and streams. Defender is tracking one lone severe thunderstorm here across far southern Kentucky. It's right on top of Lake Cumberland. This includes the Russell County area. That goes until the top of the hour, and that thunderstorm is very, very noisy on top of the lake. It's working its way out of Russell County, heading toward Wayne County, Monticello. Get ready. You've got some boomers heading in. How about this little thunderstorm going up just to the west of Liberty into Casey County? Thunder, lightning, heavy rain moving into Richmond and Berea. Nothing to get too excited about. Not seeing anything severe with the storms across parts of central Kentucky, but some very heavy rainers, Versailles, Midway, into northern parts of Fayette County, and that is right on top of the Kentucky Horse Park, the northern split that extends a little farther to the northeast into parts of Bourbon County and Nicholas County. Downtown Lexington, kind of an ugly start to that evening with some moderate rains continuing. Flash flood warnings out for far northeastern Kentucky. We will continue to see at least some scattered showers and storms out there this evening. But guys, as soon as the sun sets, we should see a lot of the thunderstorm action beginning to decrease. But for just how long? New hour-by-hour forecast will time additional thunderstorms in before the weekend is over in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And there is a trail of damage tonight after strong winds from the round of storms that moved through this afternoon.
We have been tracking reports of downed trees, debris in the roads, and road closures. In Jessamine County, crews are working to remove a tree that fell in the Maple Grove Cemetery. Victor Fuente takes a look at the damage in our top story at 5:30.
The tree behind me is one of many that came down this afternoon here in Jessamine County. County workers have been busy clearing trees from roads, power lines, and even a cemetery. Maple Grove Cemetery in downtown Nicholasville had at least 2 trees come down, including this one that destroyed a headstone. On Union Mill Road, branches blocked one lane, and a tree in this yard also came down. But it was behind a daycare on Depot Street where we found some of the heaviest damage. One of the workers there said she didn't hear the tree come down, but some of the kids alerted her.
There was a couple of them that were kind of scared, and I told them it's just wind, it's just rain, nothing to worry about. And they're like, no, it's a tree.
The tree took down part of their fence and covered one lane of the road. Although Angel says city workers helped clear it from the road, she's glad it didn't happen later in the day.
Normally that's where all the parents park when they come and get their kids.
She says this storm only lasted about 15 minutes, but it left behind plenty of damage.
There's a couple of toys under the tree, but they can stay under there until the tree is gone.
The Jessamine County Sheriff's Department tells me they've only had one call of someone unable to travel on a road because there was a tree across it. They also tell me they haven't had any calls of weather-related wrecks. In Jessamine County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
In Morgan County, some people are picking up debris after a storm moved through quickly this afternoon. On Liberty Road in West Liberty, winds blew a trampoline on top of a playground set. The homeowner tells us the trampoline was even anchored down. In that same area, winds caused tree limbs to snap as well. In central Kentucky, downed trees are causing problems. Here in Lexington, a tree fell on top of a home along Woodward Drive. Luckily, no one was injured. And Charlie Butler in Versailles sent us this photo. She says a tree outside a home on her street snapped and part of it fell in the street.
Strong winds in eastern Kentucky last night, leaving behind a mess for homeowners today. For one family in Magoffin County, they're trying to remove a roof from their roof, and the family is no stranger to cleaning up. Mike Linden continues our First Alert Weather Team coverage with a look at the damage.
Unfortunate. It could have been a lot worse.
Martin Conley is no stranger to bad luck. 2 years ago, bad luck struck his family business next door.
We'd been in business in the old feed store for about 55 years, my dad and I, and then it burnt 2 years ago in June.
After the fire, Conley used the building for storage and put a new roof on a year ago. Bad luck came knocking again yesterday afternoon.
I had a neighbor call me and said that, you wouldn't believe it, said the old feed store roof had blowed on top of my house.
While the roof is still sitting on the outside of the home, Conley says the damage could have been much worse. He says contractors say that due to the construction of the attic, that the only major damage we can find on the second floor is what you can see behind me here, where the roof caved in.
No one was home at the time of the storm. Connolly's daughter says it's been a rough past few years for her dad, but he's still the same guy.
He will do anything to help anyone that is in need of help. No matter what he needs, he puts other people first, just like his family.
In Magoffin County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
And Conley says aside from the damage on the second floor, there are only small cracks in the walls in other rooms of the house. All this rain can also be a bad thing for your plants. This summer is already running about 2.5 inches above normal when it comes to rainfall. No surprise there. Now, farmers tell us the problem is not so much the amount of rain, it's steady nature of the heavy rains.
On a daily basis, a nightly basis, once, twice rain a week, that's great. But when you got 5, 6 days a week and then compound it weekly over and over and over again, plants can't handle that.
And this is interesting. The rain also keeping people from going to the farmers market. So the farmers are having a harder time selling their produce.
Lexington City pools are operating on a $1.2 million budget, but they're only bringing in about $600,000. And with all this bad weather this past 2 summers, pool attendance is sinking. As our Michelle Chamberlain tells us, city leaders want to know better ways to keep the city pools afloat.
It is kind of bummed that we can't go swimming in the rain and thundering and lightning.
Bad weather. It's been an ongoing theme this summer for Lexington pools. Just take yesterday at Southland Aquatic Center as an example. Everyone's having a good time. Then storms roll in and spoil all the fun. The constant threat of rain affects attendance and ultimately revenue.
If the sun doesn't come out, then people are not going to come out. So yeah, it's absolutely paramount to this issue.
Brian Rogers is with Lexington Park and Recreation. He says on a really sunny day you can get about 1,500 people in here a day. But on a day like this,
we will probably not break 300.
There are other challenges for the city pools.
There are many of the surrounding counties that have outdoor aquatic facilities that are not dated as ours are. We would like to see more interactive water features, maybe a lazy river, some new slides.
And then there are places like this, the Pavilion in Georgetown. Rogers says people are going to surrounding counties to seek their summer fun. It never rains in here.
We would like to build something or modify our existing facilities so that they'll stay here in town.
The city has a plan to keep its 7 pools swimming in the right direction. You can help by filling out an online survey and give your feedback. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
And you can take that survey at the Get Out and Swim launch party tomorrow at the Shiloh Pool from noon until 4, or you can find a link to that survey on our website at WKYT.com.
Yet another reason to be extra careful about meeting people online. If you're not careful, you could find yourself in the middle of an international scam with serious legal consequences. A job for some extra money or promise of an intimate relationship. Both appear to be the bait to lure unsuspecting victims into what are called reshipping schemes. The scam starts online.
They befriend these people, make them promises sometimes, promise them romance, promise them money, promise them all kinds of different things, and then they hook them into accepting packages for them.
The packages usually contain high-end electronics like computers or video game systems, as well as high-end clothing.
They will con them into receiving those items and then have them package them up and ship them to them in whatever part of the world they happen to be in.
The items are usually bought with stolen credit cards by con men living abroad who need a middleman to ship them. Those con artists can be persuasive. One popular line is telling victims the items are needed for an orphanage.
And I'm trying to obtain these items for the kids. A lot of times they'll use kids in other countries and say that that's what they're doing it for. But when in fact, obviously, they're not. It's just a big scam.
When inspectors tell the unsuspecting middlemen they are wrapped up in a scam, most are very contrite.
Embarrassed at first because they feel bad that they've been taken advantage of, and they think to themselves, how could I possibly have fallen for this?
Postal inspectors say this cliche is true. If it seems too good to be true, it likely is.
You're never going to get paid, and that you're never going to get what is promised to you, whether that be romance, whether that be money, whether that be whatever. It just never happens.
So when it comes to looking for jobs online, do your research. Find out more about the company and check with the Better Business Bureau to see if there have been any complaints. As for matters of the heart, be cautious of anyone asking you to send packages or be a part of any type of financial transaction.
Well, despite some wind and rain today, the traveling Vietnam Memorial Wall set up in Lexington. Still ahead here on WKYT News at 5:30 when you can visit.
I'm Bill Bryant. Lexington's needle exchange program is weeks away from starting, and the city's public health director says it will save taxpayers money and prevent disease. The bottom line is ahead.
Still some showers and thunderstorms showing up on Defender, but the overall severe weather threat is decreasing just a little bit. We'll show you why that may not necessarily hang around for the entire weekend in just a moment.